All right, welcome my people to another Thursday of Mellache TV Analysis Thursdays. Yes, we have on set with us Andre Awood, aka C4. Welcome, center forward.
Blessings, blessings, and greetings to all in Domino world.
Yes, and later down in the program, we will have Playmaster joining us later in the program, and also Professor. But Professor is having a little bit of internet issue, internet problem. All right, my viewers, we have excited news ahead of us. I have a lot in store to talk about. Yes, my viewers. But first, let us look at the standings so far. We have Classic with 44 points, win all 11 games. Brayton in second place with 41 points. We have Lynx. We have Lynx United with 37 points. And Right Stuff in fourth place, 36 points. Bull Bay in fifth place with 32 points. And Cherry Garden in sixth place with 28 points.
Surprise.
Fourth International. Yes, quite a surprise. Fourth International in seventh place on 27 points. And Mechanical in eighth place on 26 points. So between sixth place to 10th place, it's very close, because in ninth place, you have Nagazed with 25 points. And in 10th place, Foundation on 25 points. So between 6th place and 10th place, it's very close. So 6th place is in 28 points, 10th place have 25 points. So it's very close, can go anyway. In 11th place, you have Central on 17 points. In 12th place, Passage Fort on 17 points. In 13th place, Soursop on 15 points. In 14th place, you have Masterpiece on 13 points. In 15th place, you have Memory Lane on 12 points. And in 16th place, you have Correctional on 10 points. And in 17th place, you have Village Links on 10 points. So between 6th place, Cherry Garden, and 10th place, Foundation, fighting all the eight spaces, it's very close. It is very close. C4, what you have to say about this standing?
Well, it's exciting times ahead, and this is what the league should be all about: competitiveness, and it has achieved its objective. Although you have a runaway leader in Caribbean Classic, and possibly the first four seats looking very safe, the real battle is for a top 8 position between positions 5 through to 8, and it is boiling up really well, and there are going to be some exciting fixtures to determine who goes and who stays.
Yes, because Bull Bay is in 5th place on 32 points, and Bull Bay is not far ahead.
Yes, Bull Bay still has some work to do, and although we expect them to do it, you never can tell in Domino one more upset and they could be well and truly in the running.
Yeah, so like what you said, top 1 to 4, they are in comfortable position, right?
Well, I would say that the first 3 are more than likely secured with Lynx United, Caribbean Classic, and Brayton. Right Stuff is not fully there as yet, neither is Bull Bay, so but we'd expect that they will solve qualification in the coming weeks. but they are not there as yet.
Okay, but remember, Links is just 1 point ahead of Right Stuff, you know.
Yes, but the thing about Links United is that their fixtures appears to be kind going down the
Okay,
line. So one would expect that they will do the formalities, but it's not so straightforward for the others.
okay. Well, we later down in the show, Playmaster will tell us how the rest of the fixtures, his prediction and his analysis on the rest of the league. Right, Playmaster? Welcome, Playmaster. Welcome, sir. Playmaster. All right. Let us go into it. Let's see if I don't think anyone get all 8 correct, right? Right, C4, the prediction for the 8 winners. Because there was an upset in this one, right?
Most persons went against Fourth International, which was
Yeah.
very bad, as yours truly told them and warned them that Fourth International, will be dangerous. And Playmaster himself came online to say that the change of captaincy bounce might have been in the favor of Fourth International. So most of them went for Bulby, and this is possibly rare. Most of them fail, and then right stuff losing, it just ensure that you keep your fun card money in your pocket.
Yes. I think if on a Thursday, if these teams listen to you guys prediction, they can go the right way, if they listen to all your predictions and analysis on the league. Yes, because a lot of times what you guys said came to pass, came true.
Real
So
thing, because you know we'd expect that right stuff and Cherry Gardens would have been a close affair. Both of us said that it wouldn't be surprising if Cherry Gardens pulled off an upset, and both of us went for a Fourth International win over Bull Bay.
yes. All right. Let's go into it. We have links 250 and village links 226. The battle of the links. The strongest chain, the strongest link prevail. Right.
Well, the only surprise was that this was not a blowout, because Links United don't really play these games too long. They normally go about business and go home early. And to see that the Village Link was actually in the game for a long time was quite surprising. Seems as if Links is just off the boil a little bit, but they're still comfortable winners, but not so much the Links way. Village Link, playing for pride, as I always said, that these teams that are playing for pride can cause some problems down the line. So some teams that are looking at the fixtures and saying, well, this is 4 points for me, and writing it down, they must come out on the day and do what they got to do. Yes.
Yes, they have to deliver. Yes, like I said, from the beginning, when I saw the fixtures and the pair and all the teams that are playing, I know that there's no easy side in the league. You can't say that a side is easy. There's no easy side in the league. So everybody have to come out and play on the day. Yes. Michael Scott, yeah man, big up yourself, Michael. Frederick, big up yourself, Frederick. Yes, and World Boss himself. Yeah man, big up World Boss. Always tuning in. Frederick. Yeah man. Moses,
Yeah,
Delroy
Mellache,
Moses.
check in, man. Check in. A while ago, I couldn't
Oh,
send up. I'm tired of it.
all right, Playmaster. Big up yourself. Welcome, Playmaster. Welcome, sir. All right. What you have to say about Links versus Village Links, Playmaster?
there's not much to say. A foregone conclusion from the fixtures was put out. It would take a momentous effort from Village Link to beat with Links United. We know that Village Link is playing good, but they're only competitive, but they're not winning. So it wasn't expected for them to win. We thought it would be a bit closer, but in the end, a fair result.
Okay. All right. Yes, Barry. Big up yourself, Barry. Welcome. Good night, Barry. Welcome. Yes, my viewers. Remember, stay online because you have a lot of information about the league. Playmaster going to give you a rundown of the, who's going to have it a lot easier, which team have it a lot easier, and which team going to make the top 8, and which team going to have it hard. So stay online, stay tuned. All right, moving forward. 4th International 250, Bull Bay 238. Was that an upset, Playmaster?
It is an upset. Depends on who you're talking to. But if you're talking to me, then it's not.
Okay.
Because I would have foregone see that, Fort has the talent, They have the manpower to beat any team in the league, but what they were lacking was a unit, a person that can coordinate the team the right way and to give them that confidence that they were lacking. And I knew, because I got some inside information which I wish not to disclose. I knew what was one of the issues with why the team wasn't performing. I also knew that Bull Bay is a quality team that I expect to be there and thereabouts when the competition is being decided. But I just knew within myself that Fort, with their backs against the wall, with pride at stake, they would do what it takes, to win. And it was a very exciting match. I'm sorry I didn't get to see it, but it was very exciting. And I heard that my good friend, you know, barely escaped going to the Gallas. I won't call any names, but very exciting match and very good result. For Fort, we should go on now and make the top 8 comfortable.
Okay. But if it was the same captain, would Fort International beat Bull Bay if it was the same captain?
Well, they might, but they might not. You can't really tell now because hindsight is 2020. But I would have more reservations to go out on a limb and say I know that Fort would win, because it would have been mighty difficult for them to pull it off based on what they have showed over the course of the season.
Okay. So Rice Smith said, I hope Shanda Paul can come skip Sunday. I wonder what Rice Smith is trying to say. If Shanda Paul come, they're going to lose, or if Shanda Paul come, they're going to win. I wonder what he's trying to say. What is he trying to say?
I was reliably informed that Shanda Paul has been relieved of all captaincy duties. So I don't think
Okay.
we'll see him with the book for the remainder of the season,
That's so, C4? Is that so?
Well, Shanda Paul is an excellent skipper, but sometimes you just don't get the best out of your players. You have some coaches that coach in football, and nobody can dispute that they are great coaches. But sometimes it's the getting to motivate the players. Most times cost them their jobs. So Shanda Paul just not getting the job done was replaced, and Fort International went clicking. So let's see what will happen going forward.
Okay. All right. Can you give us a rundown on what happened on Sunday with Bull Bay and Fort International?
Well, Bull Bay, they have a strong team. Fort International also has a strong team. It was a ding-dong affair. Any one of the two teams could have won on the day. I guess Fort International showed more hunger and desire, and they subsequently got the result.
Okay. All right. Congratulations, Fort International, and well tried, Bull Bay. All right, moving forward. Classic 250, Memory Lane 175. Center forward. Is this the biggest lead so far in the league?
No, the first match, I believe Cherry Gardens made a century. But this was a resounding win and a statement from Caribbean Classic, a statement of intent that whoever comes will have to ensure that they are in the game for as long as possible, because they are going for some cricket scores, and the score of 175 250 was in. But Caribbean Classic is showing their power and strength in the latter part of these group stages. So let's see what will happen when they play Brighton in the future come Sunday.
Okay. And Playmaster. Lot C4 says 7-5 cricket score. What do you have to say about that?
Not much to say. I have been telling you guys from ever since that once Caribbean Classic suits up against majority of the teams in the league, then we will begin to start to think of the margin of victory. Because no well-thinking person can really sit and think that with the caliber of players that Caribbean Classic has at their disposal and the way they go about their business on a daily week, that they would actually lose. You have a man like a Michael and a Machine and a Carl Price that plays every week, regardless of the opponents, and they're playing very well. So it was
What I heard,
25 wasn't expected, but in the end, the victory was
what I heard, Playmaster.
Yeah.
Okay, what I heard, I heard is Caribbean Classic, is their C team played against Memory Lane? Because I heard MJ Michael didn't play on Sunday and stuff like that. Champo. So I heard it's a C team play on Sunday.
Well, it's a surprise that Domino play and Michael doesn't play, because that man loves
and
to play.
Champo.
But the depth that Caribbean Classic has, and I want to be reserved when they want to say C team, because I don't really see a C team around here. So I don't really know what that person had told you that, because for most of the season, it's their A team mixed with what we'll say the French players that are trying to make a name for themselves. But I don't know if they mean like Franklin as the C team and those guys, because I don't know. I don't really see the C league player around there, so I don't know.
Well, what I know, they still produce. All right. A Foundation 250, Mechanical 205, a 45 lead there. Playmaster. I think we did predict that this match was going to be close, right? But a lead of 45. What went wrong there?
Well, nothing went wrong. On the program, I had some difficulties because I was trying very hard to get the last reading, because I knew that Foundation would win.
Okay.
Because a player by the name of Blue that plays for Foundation is a very good friend of mine, and I said it. I know he will complain is all out, because it is his belief that when he was at Mechanical, he hardly gets played based on his merit. So I knew he would come out. I also got some information that some of the foreign based players will be down. I didn't know it was Assassin. I was thinking it was more like Sniper. But Assassin stepped down, he and Froggy in no uncertain manner, and dominated, dropping a whopping 10 love. And it was a very good 10 love, because there was some very good games that they won, to drop that 10 love. And overall, from the outset of the match, Foundation took control. Mechanical is a team that it's very sad to see the state they are in. The team lacks coordination, organization, and a structure. This is a far cry from the team that went to the final last time out. It's very sad, but we knew it was coming based on the amount of players they lost. and based on the things happening in the camp. So foundation winning was no surprise. And for me, and I believe that this is the momentum they needed, because they needed a big win to give themselves a shot for the top eight. And I think this is the one that seals the deal for them. Well, let's see.
Okay. All right. Center forward, you have Blue and Foley, who used to be at Mechanical. Did Foley play on Sunday?
Yes, yes. I think Foley was actually early because he had a point to prove.
Okay, so the point was well proven. Center forward?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what do you have to say about Foundation?
Foundation, we're value for the money on the day, as it seems as if Mechanical just turned up flat and lethargic and just handed all the initiative to Foundation, who took charge early, and that was that. Foundation have the quality. They're just trying to get the team into a gelling mode, and so that they'll be even more dangerous in the coming weeks. Mechanical, I don't know what to say, but they're kind of in a little disarray because they lost to Passage Fort, and losing to Foundation now. This is not a team that harbors thoughts of competing for place in the quarterfinal.
Okay, Rice Smith said Messi and Not Nice was man of the match. Messi and Not Nice.
Yes, man. I want to give them a special big up, man, because when I watch it live, the man them play them heart out. They play that outstanding innings. I don't think watching the game, them lose 10 games for the whole match. Honestly. They played really well, so pick them up on the program. Yeah, man.
Yes, big up Messi and Not Nice. Big up. Velma Mitchell, big up, looking beautiful as usual. Claudia Mitchell, big up, Badras. Otis, Scatter, tuning in. Scatter, bigging up you guys. And Rice Smith said Foley didn't play a lot of game on Sunday. Why? What? Him get a lot of beating or what? Him get beaten, so he was out of the match a lot. Or don't know. Were you at the match before?
No, I think Playmaster was at the match.
No, I wasn't at the match, but I was watching it on the live. But I spoke to a member.
All right. Moving on. I don't know what happened there. All right, moving on. Masterpiece 250. Correctional 241. This was what we predicted. Right, center forward. This was what we predicted. A win for Masterpiece, right?
Well, no. Correctional was coming off a big win over Cherry Gardens, and we had expected that with that little form that they would just carry through and win the Spanish Town Derby. But the Spanish Town Derby was always going to be a close affair, because once it's a derby, even the team that you would expect that would lose still would have more chance to win, because there'll be some passion and fight, and Masterpiece prevail in the derby. I'd expected a close game. Two teams that really and truly seasons are over. They're just going out to enjoy themselves. Just for the pride of Spanish Town, and in the end, Masterpiece took that one.
Okay. Playmaster. Welcome, Professor.
Yes, man. Welcome, man.
Yes. Was that your prediction? Masterpiece, 250, correctional 241. Was that your prediction? Win for Masterpiece?
I did correctional to win this. Give correctional the edge coming to this encounter based on what they the sort of form they are coming in. I think it was just based on to my understanding, it was a little blunder on the part of correctional why they didn't even win that game. But I expected a close encounter. Nevertheless, I did predict a correctional victory. And again, kudos to correctional for still carrying a game into single digits. So they are playing very well, but they just probably don't have that cohesiveness to drive it home that our winner there. But masterpiece, good for their second victory of the campaign.
Okay. All right. Playmaster, Central 250, Soasap 246. A very close match.
Yeah, very close match, you know.
Yes, your mic is off, Playmaster.
Yeah, sadly I didn't have my team Central to win, because I thought with the short staff they might struggle. But they showed the fight and the determination that I know they have within, and they came away with a much deserved victory. And this victory can build for the future. Because I've been telling you guys, next season and seasons to come, Central will be a team to reckon with. So I just want them to continue to build on the momentum that they are building, continue to build the unit, and the sky is the limit for them.
Okay. All right. Big up yourself, Donovan Davis. Donovan Davis said correctional boss in bet. So that means Donovan Davis, he got 7 correct, except the masterpiece and correctional. Good prediction, Donovan Davis. Good prediction. C4. Central versus Soasap.
Well, Central upset the apple cart. Yeah, this is a beautiful game because Soasap was coming off a big win over 40 International. So they were just they was just giving themselves a chance to make it back into the running. But Central didn't have any of that, and they came away in a close game. I heard that the Soasap captain, which is Kari, made a lot of blunders. That Soasap tried to play everyone on the day to give everyone game, and in the end, it cost him because he kept replacing some players that had good scores on their table. So it was basically a match that Soasap needed to win and Central could afford to lose. So, I'm telling you, these matches where teams that are not in the running and playing merely for pride, they are going to be dangerous on the day. I'm telling you. So that was one of the case that happened where a team was playing freely and Central went about business and completed the job.
Okay. All right. Professor, Cherry Garden 250, Right Stuff 227. Is that an upset, Professor?
No, I wouldn't reckon it as an upset. I think we for majority of the persons did carry us off to win based on their form. Right. As we usually said, Cherry Garden is still a very competent team, and even before it reached a stage, team judging for positions, most persons would have a Cherry Garden team in their top 8. So in terms of victory for Cherry Garden, it's not seen merely as an upset, but I think most persons were carrying Rise Up for victory based on what is going on for the season. But Rise Up should have taken caution because Cherry Gardens are, based on the fact they came off a very, probably one of the biggest upsets for the season in this competition against Correctional. However, they showed their true worth in the next game and came out worthy winners. And as a matter of fact, they beat Rise of 40 points. So that says a lot how they perform on the day. And I think that was quite tactical how they played. Get this right stuff, and that's a great victory. No upset, I would believe, but we did care. Most persons would have right stuff in the winning enclosure.
Okay. All right, Playmaster. I think most persons supposed to have right stuff and chair guard in their top 8. After this match, that chair garden beat right stuff. I think both teams will still make the top 8. Playmaster. All right, we're not hearing Playmaster there. C4.
Right stuff, Cherry Gardens. That's an upset. That's an upset because the form that Right Stuff came into in that match, most people said that it's a foregone conclusion. Right Stuff would have won, as we were lauding the efforts of Right Stuff leading up to that match, and that Hulk, since he had book control, was doing a marvelous job getting the Right Stuff team to where they are right now. And on the other hand, Cherry Gardens reported from a loss against Correctional. That's a dog bite. So we'd expect that, Right Stuff would have completed formalities. However, Otis Drummond, aka Scatter, turned up early for book duties, and he led from in front and ensured that Cherry Gardens campaign is well and truly back on course. They are now 6th position in the standing and looking strong for a place in the quarterfinal.
Okay, because in the fixtures I realized this match was supposed to play at Cherry Garden, but on Sunday it was played at Right Stuff.
Yes, the administration. Yeah, man, it was definitely slated for playing for Cherry Gardens, but I think Right Stuff did approach administrators about having played away a lot of games away consecutively. So the organizers did put out an extra effort there to not to really please, but to just the fairness of the league as an administrator. So they did reverse that fixture and gave and allowed Cherry Gardens to travel. And I think it seems like Cherry Garden didn't mind traveling either. And I think that they put in their best effort and came out winners. So I think Cherry Garden didn't mind traveling. And I think that it probably did pay off for them.
Okay. All right. Playmaster, you're back. You're hearing us? Playmaster? Your mic is mute, Playmaster, if you're hearing us. All right. Let's just move on. All right. The match Nagozed, Passage Fort versus Nagozed. A kind of controversial match, and a lot of persons like to know or learn something in regards to someone getting a 10 love, if they can just walk away and stuff like that. But before I get into that, I'm going to show a clippings of what happened on Sunday at Passage Fort. Just a small clippings of the 10 love of what happened. And then we can talk about what happened.
I skip him, I can't easy the man. I skip up here one minute for him.
All right. All right. As you guys can see, at 8 love, machine will get up and walk out on 8 love, and Aiko went in the ring and play a game and lose the game, took it to 9 love, and then Maestro get up and walk towards the bathroom. So he's going to the bathroom, and he went towards the bathroom side and go to the door at the other end of the board, at the end of the room, and leave. So the question I'm asking now, is that consider a 10 love C4? Is that considered a 10 love?
Well, I spoke to the president, and he is disgusted by what happened. However, he's also saying that the match official in his report said that the player had gotten a 10 love, because at 9 games where the skipper has played one already, the player who was to return did not return, and so the game was awarded to the Passage 4 team, and subsequently a 10 love was registered.
Okay, because what Aiko and Machino is saying, them don't play 10 games, they only play 8 games, and Aiko is saying the same. So that's not 10 love.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much games you play. The fact still remains that if you're under 7, 8, 9 games and you forfeit the rest of the games, it will count as games played, because a forfeit means that you give up your chance to actually defend yourself, and so it's quite disturbing, and as the president said, it's disgusting, but he's going to put measures in place that players that are found to do these things, not completing the set purposefully, that is in unsportsmanlike manner, that they would be brought to a disciplinary committee, and they would have to attend, and subsequently a trial will ensue. So he's planning to put that forward in his next general meeting and bring it to play for the next Portmore League. But as things stands, players can get away with it, walking away at 8, 9 love and don't return.
Okay. All right. Professor, what kind of measures you think they should take on something like that, Professor? Somebody just get 9 love or 8 love and just walk out the ring and let the captain play one, and they said it's not 10 love and they come back to play again after that. What measures should take? They should take, Professor.
Firstly, Mellache, as long as you have a cluster of 10 games to play, it doesn't matter if you walk away with 2 games or 1 game or a game to remaining. That still constitutes as a 10 love for you in the technical sense, because you should have played, and it's not because of divine intervention or some extreme circumstances where the player have to leave about the game because of something that probably family or personally health issue. So for me, that still constitutes a 10 love. And secondly, in terms of punishment, as you mentioned, the player or players in question who tends to do such like should be punished even by and as a result in terms of added points, which would put their team in a position of a deficit, meaning that there's an added point should be added like a 5 points or so forth. I don't know what measures the president would like to take regarding this rule for next year, but definitely there should be some extra punishment allotted to teams, players as a matter of fact, and players as such should receive match suspension. I would like to say a suspension of like 3 or not more than 3 games, less than 3 games.
Okay, all right, Playmaster.
Yeah.
I've heard that this is something that has been going on for quite some while now, and I don't expect if Mr. Mina, the president for the Portmore League, is going to take measures, right? I think it's supposed to go right across the board, not just only for Portmore League, but maybe for the West League or Town League and stuff like that. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, but it comes down to the fact that a person does what he does because he's allowed to do it. You know? The rule
Yes.
makes no provision for it, so we can only talk about it in hindsight. But going forward, it's gonna be difficult for all the leagues to coordinate because, as we can see, none of the leagues coordinate. All leagues run off their own rules and mandate. You know, it would be good if all the leagues come on board and put it across that these are the rules. I want it to be adopted by all leagues. We can get it there, so then we can begin to speak about getting this into the sport, because it doesn't look good if a man walk out. But as we said, this has been happening from ever since, you know. But I believe if this rule comes in and say, boy, if a man unten love and him walk out, then him suspended for the rest of the game. I think that is good enough. The added point and the suspension, I'm not so big on that, because at the end of the day, Domino has no structure. And when you take extreme measures to add 5 points to the opponent, it's going to bring the game to a level where you don't have to go. Because if you add 5 points on the next team, remember a man walk out for 9 left. And no man left 7 over 8 left. And I'm on 9 left. So that means 1 game left for the 10 finish. What basis or merit would you give the opponent 5 points? That in itself I think would be unfair. Because you have players are selfish, you have players are stubborn. I have seen players leave ring without the captain knowing, and the captain I look for them and them hide. So why should the team be punished for the players in discipline? You know, so only the players should be disciplined in that case. But I believe that if the rule comes on board, we not really have that problem going forward. It's just that from ever since there is no rule, a man was him go for 8 game, the captain play 1, the captain might broke it, and then he come back and play 9 game and the 10 done. That is it's like a unwritten rule in most teams. So yeah.
But Playmaster, I believe in a lot of sense. The good suffer for the bad, you know. So I believe in the added points. The reason why is that if a person decides to stop on 9 love or 8 love, he has to think about it twice, because guess what? He's going to cost the team 5 points or 10 points. And then now he's going to realize that everybody going to be against him, because the person going to say, boy, he made the team lose. So the person would have consider the team also. If it's just the individual alone going to get punished.
All right.
A person can say, me take a 3-day ban and not take the 10 love. But when you decide, if you realize it's a team thing, and it's going to award, the team going to end up lose because of that 5 or 10 points, he would have think twice, because everybody that come down on him hard.
Let me tell you,
I don't
Mellache.
believe in that, Mellache. I think that is too harsh, and we can't support that. As we said, the team does nothing, and the player. Because remember, a man left for 9 love, in no business not about the team. So, and like, a team can lose. Look what you see, man, like a man for 10 and the team lose by 1. Most players don't take that in serious. So, all you want to give the team a 10 points, it's not going to stop him. As I tell you, if the rule coming in, you're going to see less players doing it. It's just as simple as that. The promoters, organizers need to bring a rule, and you're going to see less and less of this. That's it.
Okay, C4.
Yes. What I'm saying is that I spoke with Mr. Andrade from the Western League about the situation and how do they treat it down there. Well, he says that whenever a player forfeits a game without, the referee in his books saying, well, this player is ill, or this player had asked, he's unable to finish his quota, right? So this player leaves. The points leading up to the 10, if it's 7, if it's 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, etc., that point will be awarded to the team, right? And also 10 points, seen as it will be a change they will be making, right? And so that would actually cost the team a lot of points. It happened in a match between Clarksley and Shellers and Tropical Rhythm, where a player was disgruntled about what is happening with his captain, did not finish his quota. Tropical Rhythm was awarded the additional points that made up the 10, plus 10 extra points for you bringing in a new player. So the Western League is strict on players leaving without the consent of the referee.
Okay, Master, you want to say something? Professor?
No, I one of the things is that because of the officials or the way the game is being officiated, the second player going out of the ring, when the first player went out, even when the Nagoed player went out, Machine it was, when he went out, when he came back, the other player should have been allowed to go outside the ring, That game should have been actually played. As long as the captain played that game and it went to 9 games, that player coming in should have just completed the game, and that player who was sitting should not allowed to go outside. So it sometimes it comes down to how the officiating is being done, and it's based on how the administrative that is, because if they are told what to do in terms of officiating, I think that blunder, that scenario that happened against Nagoed would have happened, because that player would have to sit and play the game, whether he broke the game or not. So sometimes the officials have to be taken in sure some of these blames are coming that way.
But you realize Iko was asking to play the 10th game. Could the referee allow that, or that not supposed to be allowed? Because he was asking to play the 10th game, No,
as C4 did rightly mention, if there is something that the player is ill or so, in this case, and is unable to continue, the captain can be allowed to play that game. this wasn't the case. So Iko was allowed, based on the player taking a while to come back, he was allowed to play one game. Now, if the player is back, he should have completed that final game. So the captain isn't allowed. The captain is allowed to play more than one game, and I think the referee did right in that adjudicate that game. But the game, no, the final game, that player shouldn't. Maestro was not supposed to be allowed to come out of the ring.
All right, Playmaster, question. Because of this scenario now I see the necessity of a club code, because Iko went in the ring, he didn't have a code. They were showing hands and visor and all those stuff, and the ref said no. And Iko is saying no, them don't have any code and stuff like that. Should that be allowed? Playmaster?
Yeah, but that's technical, because club code makes and breaks. A club code make key to get 10 love, So most players now going to use club code, because everybody going to know your code.
So in a situation like that, you allow them there, you allow the players them to vise and
you have to give and take, You remember, you want the game to run smooth, right? And because the skipper is not necessarily in partner, while it's in a rules and no visor, you have to give and take. You have to say gentleman kind of limit it. Or you give them one extra 2 minutes to make a code. But which one you rather? Give them 5 minutes to make a code, or just make them just, use the visor. I mean, the show and part is a no for me. So that's not even here or there. But the visor, you can give and take in that situation.
Okay. All right. Yes, my viewers, you heard it. You heard it all. Fruity Johnson, big up yourself. And Donette Hebert, good night. Yes, my viewers. Please remember to subscribe if you don't subscribe as yet. And always click like on the video. And Dwayne Henry, yes, big up yourself, Dwayne Henry. And remember that if you predict the 8 winners for each week, you will get a $1,000 credit of your choice. Now we're going to 3-4 weeks without any winners. So no one got it correct so far. I think Donovan Davis got 7 correct for last Sunday. Correctional bust the bet. All right. Moving on to the prediction. Playmaster, you think you want to give them maybe a little synoptic of what to come, are the teams that's supposed to, who can make it from who can't make it in the top 8? You want to give them your little analysis?
Well, we can't get into any one of them. I remember to see for time is not best at the moment. So
best to do it now then.
Anyone run fast?
Okay. All right. I'm going to share the screen and Playmaster. You can explain what is going on.
All right. So just like in the Town League, this is my interpretation of the league, how it will go forward from here. So the top team right now is Caribbean Classic at the #1 spot with 41 points. There are 6 games left, so there's a maximum of 24 points to be had. I looking at the teams that they have to play. They have Brighton, Lynx, Central United, Rise of Garvey and Masterpiece. And I am saying categorically, I don't see Classic losing more than one of these games. If they do even lose any, because they might go unbeaten this season. But if they do lose, they won't lose 2 games in the preliminary round. And that will give them a grand amount of points of 64 points. And they would actually go into the quarterfinals as top team. At second, I would have Brighton. Currently they have 41 points. They have Masterpiece, Right Stuff, Classic, Passage for Village Inc. and Cherry Gardens to play. And I really believe that they might only lose one game, if any, for the remainder of the season, just the same. And thus they would remain the second ranked team. At the moment, Lynx still at third. They have a very favorable fixture in Garvey Mead, Memory Lane, Passage Fort, Cherry Garden, Mechanical, and Caribbean Classic, which Caribbean Classic is their last game. So that game might not even mean much to either of the teams. And I believe Lynx will not lose more than one game, just the same, and they will be the third ranked team. Currently in fourth spot is Bull Bay. Is it Bull? Yeah, Bull Bay is currently fourth. Um, but I believe they will win all their
Oh,
games.
this is showing this is showing right stuff
Oh,
in
they are
fourth.
fifth. No,
Right stuff
no.
in fourth,
Oh
right?
yeah, right stuff is at fourth. Yeah,
Right here.
so right stuff is at fourth. Um, but there are some tough games coming up. They have
Yeah.
Caribbean Classic, Nagohead, Passage Fort, Brereton, Masterpiece, and Sawasap. Um, they might struggle a bit, but not to the detriment of their chances. So they might win. The least amount of games they should win is four, and that would be good enough to rank them fifth. So I believe Rice Up would run fifth. Bull Bay was in fifth at the moment. Their fixtures is straightforward. I see them winning all six games: Mechanical, Central, Foundation, Masterpiece, Nagohead, Passage Fort. And once they win all the six games that I am predicting, they will be the fourth ranked team and ultimately play Rice Up in the quarterfinals. Um, Cherry Gardens, they are currently at sixth position. In their fixtures, they have Links United, they have Masterpiece, they have Mechanical, Brereton, Memory Lane, and Foundation. Um, Straightforward again, they should win at least three of these games. I think four, based on how they're playing. They should win four, and that would give them seventh rank. So they would drop from six to seven, based on my assessment. Four International is at seventh at the moment on 27 points. They have Foundation, Correctional, Nagohead, Garvey Mead, Central Mechanical, and they should pretty much win all their remaining games. And by winning all their remaining games, they should go to 51 points, which is good enough for sixth spot. So fourth will move up a point, a placing based on my assessment. We have Mechanical currently in eighth position. They have Nagohead, Links, Fourth International, Bull Bay, Cherry Gardens, and Central. Now, based on how Mechanical is playing, I don't see Mechanical winning more than two of these matches, if any at all. And it's just being blatantly honest. They are not playing good. The team is not united. The team is lacking so much at the moment. But if they can turn things around, kudos to them. But based on how they're playing now, my assessment is that they will struggle and win probably two games out of this allotment. Um, and if they do
But
lose
Mechanical
to
have it rough right here. See, play master.
yeah, man, I make them have a rough fixtures. So at the moment, I'm just giving them two wins on the top of my head, but it can be none because it's all teams that are capable of
Okay.
beating them. They have to play. So I believe they will not make the top eight based on my assessment. Next we have the Red at Nagohead who are playing awesome, but the fixtures is not kind as well to them. They have Bull Bay, Masterpiece, Mechanical, Sawasap, Port International, Right Stuff. Again, I don't really see them winning more than two of these games off the top of my head, and that will not be good enough for them. So they run the risk of being out of the top eight. Next, we have Foundation. The surprise team so far. They have Village Link, Sawasap, Cherry Garden, Fort International, Garvamid, and Bull Bay. So they have one free match out of the five, right? And being on 27 points, they need at least two additional wins, which they should get from Village Link and Sawasap. all things being equal, and that should be good enough to take them to their first quarterfinal. So that is my assessment of the top eight. Running off the teams with a chance, we have Central, my team. A very tough fixture for them. They have Ford Classic, Correctional, Village Link, Bull Bay Mechanical. I think the task is too much for them, and they will flatter to deceive. Sadly, yeah. So they both are the competition with a bit of dignity. Passage Fort with the last Sunday, I would say they are officially out, but mathematically they do have a chance to get to at least 41 points. But based on their fixtures of Correctional, Right Stuff, Bull Bay, Memory Lane, Links United, not a lot of chance for them to actually make the top eight. Because they would have to beat all these teams. And I really don't see that happening. So they are officially out. And Soursop have a very nice run of fixtures, but they did themselves no justice with the loss on Sunday. They have Rights of Naghead, Village Link Correctional Foundation, and Memory Lane. All winnable matches, but they would have to play it off their skin to get to 39 points. And even if they do get to 39 points, that would not be enough for them. So my assessment of the 18s, as I would have said, would have been Caribbean Classic for number 1, Britain for number 2, Links for 3, Rice Stuff 4, Bull Bay 4, Rice Stuff 5, Fort International 6, Cherry Garden 7, Foundation 8. The two teams with the best chance on the outside will be Mechanical and Nagohead at the moment, because Nagohead is playing very well. So they might continue that momentum. And Mechanical do have a good enough team. If they get things right, they can tip Foundation for that last spot.
All right. Thanks for that, Playmaster, and that's very good stuff. Yes, and I think a lot of persons appreciate what you have done. So, viewers, now you can see the teams that can make it and who they have leave to play, and who have the tougher match from who don't have the tougher match. C4, you have anything to say on this?
Well, it is an exceptional put together by a Playmaster. And, it's hard to go against what he brought forward, because plenty of work went into it. And I can see clearly the calculations that made his top 8 teams. And I'm willing to concur with his top 8 teams this season, with Mechanical and Nagohead. They have a chance to go through, but they should, actually, they would have to fight hard to get there. I think they need at least 4 wins from their remaining 6 matches to get inside the top 8.
Okay, Professor, what do you have to say about Playmaster? Wonderful and beautiful work prediction.
Yeah. I can't find the words. That is awesome. It
Yeah.
argues well for the sport, and there are a lot of ways. Probably I don't know where it can reach in terms of a more collective effort from other areas. Probably I look from this Playmaster can look on the statistics part of it in terms of individuals. Even earlier we're talking about the 10 love. If persons if those 10 loves were being documented, other persons would even try to hide from it, because it will be still beside their name. So if them decide not to play the 1 or the 2 games or any amount of games that they don't decide, it's documented as a 10 love. So persons would still want to probably play and try to break the game. So the work by Playmaster and what is brought forward is awesome. And I can safely say, as he said, 7 of those teams will definitely make it. It's just the one last place, and he said other teams another team can squeeze in the top 8, other from mechanical. So it's awesome work. A lot of work put into it, and persons might look at it and say, "Yeah, man, it's good," but trust me, it's awesome. And put it together right now. Some persons seeing the fixtures now for the first time, maybe in the complete fixtures, because some persons are having difficulty in understanding the fixtures, current fixtures, or it's set up. But the remaining games, the away games and the home games put together, that is awesome. And some persons now are more likely to see how they will play, the analysis of how teams will make adjustment based on if they are playing home or away, or what teams they have to play and what they will decide to do. So it's awesome work, not only for we as
Professor.
analysts here.
Yeah, we are going to put it over in the Domino HQ platform, and so
Yes.
persons can actually tap into it and see the complete thing.
Yes.
It's great work.
Great work,
Yes.
because as I said, it will certainly help the teams, not only we here as analysts, but trust me, and as persons who look now, I'm curious. I want to see what is happening. It will definitely help the way teams know, the captains especially, how they coordinate their games and so going forward, where they can get the points, their away games, etc. Because that is quite important. Home advantage is not so much of what should I say? So it's an advantage, but it will definitely see where they stand and so forth, and see what they can acquire from games playing home or away. But beautiful put together.
Yes. Good stuff. Commendable, playmaster. Very commendable. All right. Moving forward. Now we're going to the predictions of the matches we have on this Sunday.
Oh, you had finished. You had finished everything. All the games that played last week.
Yes, man, we have finished.
Okay.
Passage Fort was the last one.
Sure.
Passage Fort was the last one.
Okay.
Yes, we have finished it. All right. Moving on. We have Lynx get a bye on Sunday. So that's 250 for Lynx versus Garvermead. All right. We have Village Lynx versus Central. Another good matchup. Playmaster, what you have to say? No, Central is your team.
Well, everybody know my standpoint already. One Central have a chance, I'm going to put them. So naturally, Central for the victory. A team I admire a lot, and I hope for the best for them every week. So naturally, I want them to win, and they should win, and seal out their best ever season in Domino in the corporate area, because this is their second season. So kudos to them, and man.
Yes, C4. Village Lynx versus Central.
Well, this game is a very tight one. Very tight one.
Yes,
Central is coming off an upset win over Soursop, but these wins sometimes don't count for nothing, because we see where teams beat a big team, like when Correctional beat a big team, Soursop beat a big team, and then they come back and lose to a lesser team. Me I go with that flow there. Me I go with that flow there. Me I go with that Village Link upset over Central.
Professor.
Well, going forward until the final 8 has been decided, it's going to be two things: a dog fight and dog bite. So the teams who are just in for top position is going to be a dog fight, and the teams that makes the upset is going to be a dog bite. So in this scenario now, painted with Central and Village, I would just go for a Central win, just for their first consecutive win of the season. So a Central over Village. I haven't seen Village Link team in its entirety as yet, just videos, but I haven't seen them in physically. But I would give Central the edge based on the fact they're coming off a good win against Southside, and they have the players to do so. They have one of the smallest squad in the competition, and are much easier to manage. So I expect a Central to win. It might be a close encounter. I'm just looking at a close encounter, but just go for the Central win.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Donovan Davis, big up Playmaster, said job well done. And Wendell Brian, yes, welcome. Otis mentioned something. I think it's supposed to happen. It was what? Town League. I know it happened in Town League. The bottom
No,
four.
on the Town League play that, man. I Portmore do that bottom something,
I
man.
put more for
Portmore
put
the
more.
bottom. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
We might not know what might happen because the administrator might probably say the four teams that just drop out of the top eight that's from 8 to 12, or probably use it from 12 go down or something. I don't know what measures they might use because sometimes it's alternate based on the what he feels like
But
based on the committee. Yeah.
Playmaster, Bombers never entered Portmore League before. And Bombers win bottom four already. So I think Stone League did it the last time. Because Bombers never entered Portmore League before. And
I don't hear you.
Bombers won the last
Yeah.
bottom four. And Bombers never entered
Yeah, that's
Portmore
only
League before. So I think it was Stone League.
yes, but
Yes,
Portmore
yes,
differs, at times. That's why I'm saying sometimes the players from 8 to 12 usually play are from the last four. So it depends on how Mr. Mina sees fit to play the competition because it has happened both ways. The team from 8 to 12, the team from are the last four. So we just wait and see where that is the administrator headspace is for this season.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Memory Lane versus Cherry Garden. C4.
Well, Scatter and Company and Mass Fruity and Sir Stretch, they have chalked up 4 points to their tally already because this is a fixture they expect to win, and that will line them up nicely for the final drive to the wire for a top 8 spot. However, they must be careful. They must be careful because as you slip, you slide. There's no room at all to error. And if Cherry Gardens can go back to the correctional game or go back to the mood of that they were in with the correctional game and get beaten by a Memory Lane, they will have it all to do. And I'm sure that some of the teams are looking around and hoping that some dog bite happens to give them a chance. But
Okay.
it should be a Cherry Gardens victory. All things put together. They only can beat themselves.
Okay. All right. You heard that Scatter. Otis Drummond calling my analyst blind mice. And he's all about Cherry Garden favorite for Cherry Garden in this match. Playmaster.
Yeah, man.
Memory Lane versus Cherry Garden.
Naturally, the rule of law teach you that you go for the team in form and the team that has more to fight for. Memory Lane plays good domino, but back-to-back heavy defeat might have broken the camel's back, and they might be just going through the motions for the remaining 6 games. While Cherry Garden is hungry to secure another quarterfinal spot in their second season. And they will go all out. They will assemble all big guns because they don't want to leave anything to chance with Western League slowly approaching. They might lose some of the players So they want to ensure that they secure top 8 as soon as possible. And as such, a big victory is in store for Chergar this Sunday.
Oh, my mic was muted. Sorry about that. Professor, there's no upset for this Sunday, Cherry Garden.
No, well, I don't see any. I don't believe there's an upset here, unless Cherry Gardens don't want to be in that final 8. They have lost to a team that they shouldn't have lost to, but I probably because of their ambitions to be in a consecutive quarterfinals, they will want to go for the win because their next game is going to be against Lynx. So they don't want to take any chances, and I believe that they will come all guns blazing for this encounter. So I see them coming a victory. I don't know how much effort they will put in it from their side in terms of playing against a side like Memory Lane, who has not been doing well for the last 4 or so games.
Okay. All right. Otis said Sir P might sponsor the bottom 4. And he also said we are going to take 4 out of 6. So out of the 6 games they have remaining, he said he's going to take 4 out of the 6. So I wonder which 2 he's planning to lose though as the captain.
They say should take 4. How much have they put them on Playmaster? Playmaster, give me a little tally. How much have they put them on if they win the 4 games?
I think me and scatter spot on, man. Because 16, 28, 44. I think a 44 me have them on. So that
44.
basically where me have them. Yeah.
Yeah, that should squeeze them in the top 8.
Okay,
yeah,
so
man. So
scatter,
them all run
scatter agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful, sir.
Yeah. so you realize you're doing some good work there, Playmaster. Yes.
Yeah, man. You know, naturally.
All right. Moving on. Passage Fort versus Correctional. Playmaster.
Well, this game is a dead rubber. Not much to play for either team. Unless they want to position themselves for the 9 to 12 playoffs. I don't really see much in it for either team. You know, Passage Fort lost their chance Sunday to really make a push for the top 8. And it's happened over the season. Some games that I thought they would win, they faltered in, you know, and they rose in games that I thought they would falter in. This game is very tough to call. So I'm gonna just go off at the top of my head and say Passage Fort, you know, with no reason behind my opinion. I'm just saying Passage Fort.
Okay. All right. C4.
Yeah, it's a topsy-turvy scenario happening for the 2 teams, and Passage Fort, the better of the 2. So that's the way the vote goes.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Masterpiece versus Bull Bay. Professor.
Bull Bay should get this one done. They might believe that they are very in a comfortable position and end up not putting out their best. They are putting their best foot forward, but they should get this one home and dry within a winker. So I don't see Masterpiece as much as they are coming off a victory. I don't see them anywhere in the ballpark. They will be even getting a point in this match.
Okay. All right. Playmaster.
Well, you know, earlier I said I have Bull Bay winning all 6 games, you know, so naturally I have to stick to my analysis and say Bull Bay for a comfortable victory. No doubt in this one.
All right. C4, what do you think will be the margin of victory here? Masterpiece versus Bull Bay.
First of all, Bull Bay just need to complete formalities because, you know, Masterpiece can tend to be a little plucky. They have some fight in them. So I'm just thinking that teams should just concentrate on winning instead of the margin because, you know, right now it's some tense games expected from now on. You know, some teams, when they see that, you know, they're flirting with danger, will be panicking. Yeah, because some teams are going to expect to win some games, and the closer the games are leading up to the ending of the game, you know, some tension will happen, and some cards that you want to play where would that make you win. Them card get heavier and hard for put on. So you know, but we would expect that Bull Bay should complete it. I'm looking at 20 something points. There thereabouts. But Bull Bay for the win. You know, but we are look out this Sunday. We're looking out because there's something that is telling me that somebody's gonna get beaten. Don't know who.
Dog
Okay.
bite.
All right. Moving on to Sauce Up versus Rice Stuff. I know Rice Stuff supposed to be the favorite here. And as controversial as I am, I think I'm going to ask Professor who is going to win this match. Professor.
Even when some of the games are a particular team is in a dead rubber situation, it's very still hard to call to some of these games because there's probably goodly a dog bite. This Sunday, Rice Stuff is expected to come out victors, but the record shows in recent times that Soursop has a great amount of advantage coming to this encounter. I think Soursop has won probably the last 8 or 7 encounters in the last 8 matches or so they have contested. However, this scenario is a little bit different based on Soursop now probably will not be in the top 8 position for the first time in almost a decade. So this should be a victory based on what is going on for Right Stuff. But Soursop cannot be counted out based on some of the inconsistency in performance over the season. But still a formidable aggregate to cause an upset. So as much as Right Stuff may come in this encounter as favorite and trying to justin for a good position in the top 8, they will have to look out for Soursop because they have it to meet that upset.
Okay. All right. Welcome, Reich Zone. And Kirk Robinson, welcome. And first time I'm seeing Kirk Robinson. Oh, that's foul. That's MJ partner, right? Right, C4?
Yes, the one foul, you know.
Only one foul in the business.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, foul. All right. Playmaster. Sauce Up versus Right Stuff. What is your take on it?
Well, this used to be one of the derbies of the competition, you know, that many persons would mark down on their calendar, you know, or the Kingston 20 derby, as many persons mention it, I think. Two contrasting team, one trying to bounce back from a heavy defeat, the other trying to bounce back from a very bad season by their standards. Um, it will be a close match. It will be tough for Rice of based on the derby nature and most of the players being familiar with each other. You know, those tend to weigh a lot on the closest of matches. Minus source of not having all the quality that they normally possess. They will make it interesting, but Rice Stuff should break the jinx that Prof spoke about. And try to build a momentum going into the quarterfinals. So they should see how this one. I think it will be a close match with the victor coming about 10 points or so.
Okay, all right, very good stuff. All right, C4, Nagozed versus Mechanical. What is your prediction there?
Well, no, this match is the match of the round. Many will say that, the Caribbean Classic versus the Brighton team with all the stars on show, you know, would be worth going miles to see. But also, this could be the end of the road for somebody because I can't see either teams losing and still factoring for a top 8 position because of the fixtures ahead. No, the informed team is Nago Ed. They are flying. They gave it away at the start. They lost some games they shouldn't have lost. And they started to gather some momentum and they have won some games nobody expect them to win. So now they are right there and even a chance of upsetting the apple cart. And on the other hand, Mechanical, they started flying and now the wheels are slowly coming off. And Nago Ed could ensure that those wheels are firmly off this Sunday. I am going for an upset for Nago Ed. One more feather in the cap for the team from the bus park. I just don't see Mechanical in that frame of mind that they had where whenever they come out they look like a team. They are not so formidable anymore.
Okay. All right. To me, both teams, they're fairly good teams. But Professor, who is the favorite here, Professor? Nagozed or Mechanical?
Definitely a Nagoid team. Based on the run of. In order to, if you look at it, Mechanical would have to win a few. They have lost about a couple of encounters they should have won. Now the fixtures can't get any much easier for them. Based on what is left to be played, the wheels will come off all at once. And starting this Sunday, I see a Nagoya team still continuing what they are doing, and I think they are just playing within themselves. They are doing what that and winning the games that they should have in the bags from prior to the prior, especially. But they have lost a game that they shouldn't have lost. But other from that, they are doing what they should be doing in the competition based on the sort of team they have. But
Okay.
I don't see Mechanical probably making this top 8 based on what is going on. If they continue, because one of the problems they have is captaincy. They don't have a stationary captain, and they tend to move the book around a lot, and that does augurs for a team who wants to win a competition.
All right. You heard it. Mechanical strikers. You heard it from my analyst. All right. Moving right ahead. Playmaster, Fourth International versus Foundation. What is your prediction there?
Well, Fort got what they asked for, and I got some news today that Fort will be coming to make a statement this Sunday, because I don't know who from Foundation is sending shirts. So Fort will be out in full colors to apply discipline to Foundation this Sunday. And I should be at that match to take it in. On the surface, Fort is a better team on paper, but it's two exciting teams. Based on how Foundation played Sunday, they are in with a live chance of winning. However, the caliber of a Fort International hunting to get some form of momentum going for the quarterfinal should be enough to push them towards victory. And I expect Fort to win this one by about 15 points.
Okay. All right. C4. You have Foley and and Laza and Blue and all of them coming. So
Well,
what is your prediction here?
if Port Harbour any hopes of winning the competition, they would want to take care of foundation, and I believe that they will take care of foundation. Um, foundation have a good side, and I just don't see them beating Fourth International. They can prove me wrong this Sunday.
Okay, so Cowan Monster, them don't have no chance this Sunday. That's what you're saying.
Well, Domino play on the day, but on paper and what we have to work with, we'd have to say vote for the victory.
All right. All right, moving on to the feature match. I think I have to be at this match also. Caribbean Classic versus Britain. A very excited match. Professor, what is your first of all, Professor? What is your margin? Who is going to win? And what is your margin of victory?
All right. It's a tough call, but I don't believe Classic will be losing anything in the preliminary stages, and so I will go for them for a win. I believe at a 15 plus a 15 margin thereabouts, they will beat Britain. A quality side. I believe it's a dress rehearsal for both teams to see where they are in terms of how they will match up when the quarterfinal stages get underway. But I will go for Classic in this one. They are, as I said, Classic is about 70% now. In terms of preparation for the important part of the competition, and that is the quarterfinals. This should be a liquor. There's a vendetta for Classic, because they were beaten at the semi-final stage last year by Britain. Probably a little different team now, but still most of the players are still at Britain. So this should be a matchup for the purists to see. But I would definitely go for a Classic victory. Still in double digits, but it should be a great encounter based on even the margin of victory here. And as much as I predict a Classic to win, it wouldn't be a major upset of such if Britain do come out victors.
Okay. All right. World Boss was on the program earlier. I don't know if he's still listening. Playmaster. I realize that Classic, they have a tendency that not to play their A-class players in the first half. But this Sunday, I think they have to come out guns blazing, right, Playmaster?
Well, that is dependent on what they decide to do. Because as I seen for the season, Classic is in second gear, not yet in third gear. So they're just cruising as they go along. I don't think it would be in their best interest if they plan to win to use as what you call their B players. Because as I said since night, there's not a lot of players in the team that I would classify as B players, much less C players. But I guess persons, view it differently. However, if they do set some of those players that they've been playing in the first half against this marauding Brighton team, they stand a high chance of losing. Um, I do believe though that Brighton will win this game, and reason being, I don't think Classic will go the extra mile to win this encounter. I've watched a few games with them. I haven't seen Wonder Boy playing in the domino. I haven't seen Dallawine playing in the domino. I haven't seen Scatter. I haven't seen Nani, and I haven't seen Lala. Some of those players are their marquee players. The backbone of the team. So even if those guys are called on to play this Sunday, they might be match rusty, and that can be a disadvantage. While for Britain, all their players have been playing consistently. I gather that Britain has some players that always have a point to prove against Classic because they like to play against the best. And for most of us, Classic is the best team in the country, so Britain rises to the occasion in these situations. A few weeks ago, I spoke to some Britain players and I told them, I said, the way you played against Lynx, you can't play this way and win. And they said, I know, we have our plan. So I am confident that they know what they're doing. If it will work, is left to be seen. But they do have a plan going forward, and I expect that they will get the edge. It won't be a blowout, but they should be good enough to carry this home. Last season, they played Classic twice. One of the games they lost narrowly, a little bit of in the end, which I don't want to talk about. And in the final, in the semi-final, they lost in countdown. Both matches were close, and this match this Sunday will be close as well. So I'm going for Britain for the upset, but only just by maybe 7 or 8 points.
Okay. All right. Classic players, you heard it from Playmaster. C4, what is your prediction here?
Well, this match is expected to be a cracker. They have been practicing together on numerous times, so they are familiar with each other, and that should ensure that it's a very competitive game. Classic, I heard, is bringing in Hardy Boy for this match, and that is a statement of intent. That you pay for Hardy to come despite knowing that you have actually qualified already. So they want to go the season unbeaten, and I think they will come in that frame of mind, where victory is a must. Now, Britain, they are an enigmatic side. They can be awesome today, and tomorrow, they don't look so. So it depends on which Britain turns up on Sunday. Then we know what kind of match. But for sheer consistency, I'll go for Caribbean Classic here.
Okay. All right. Great. All right, my viewers and subscribers, you have heard it from my analysts. So remember to send in your predictions. The 8 winners to predict the 8 winners for this Sunday coming. And the first person to predict the 8 winners will get $1,000 credit of their choice, either Digicel or Flow. So we have come to an end of another week. And the new business, C4.
Yes, we just like to send the condolences out to Maestro, who lost his father, and condolences going out to the D-side family, who lost a very, very entertaining, very people person individual, which is Bumpy, and he's a drummer. We like to say on behalf of Mellache TV condolences to his family and close friends, and to the D-side community, losing such a affectionate person to them. And then we have the Sansan League, that's 4 days before closure, or 5 days, and the teams are we are almost there with the quota, and so probably we'll hear from Playmaster as to the latest on the Sansan League. But it's drawing up, and we also add the Western League being having their first meeting and registration subsequently beginning past Sunday. So the Western League is expected to start in mid-March, and it's exciting times for the West, as I heard that the Western League will be bigger and better.
Okay. All right. That's going on. When the Portmore League supposed to end? C4, you have any idea?
I think it's in April, sometime in April.
Oh, okay. All right. Professor, any new business?
No, not out of my knowledge. I also send condolences to the D side fraternity regarding the passing of Bumpy. As C4 said, a very entertainer within his own rights. So I sell my felt condolences to the whole D side family again, and we just have to probably have a moment of silence among the teams coming this Sunday, and we implore persons to get their teams together for the Sansan League and thing. When is the closing date again? C4. Probably Playmaster are you?
Yeah, Playmaster can give us
Playmaster will
everything.
give us some more about that.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Playmaster
Yes.
just give us some more and thing, and the players respect the officials of the game, and the officials also supposed to respect the players.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes. And I also like to say my condolence to the D side family. Remember, this is Domino, and we are all family in the Domino world. So whenever time one is grieving, we all grieve with that person. So my condolence to the D side fraternity. All right, Playmaster. Any new business or anything you have to
Yeah, man.
extend on Saxon League?
Remember, King Shiloh presents, Pierce tournament, the 24th of February. That's next week, Saturday. First place prize, $100,000 plus a trophy. Second prize, 50,000, and third place, 30,000. And the entry fee is only $2,000. This is a big thing, and we ask that the players go out and support. Registration start at 12 p.m. and the competition start at 2 p.m. It will be held at 7 Lindus Close. That's off Lindus Road. Yeah, man, it's a nice little place, safe, everything. So nothing to worry about. Um, Speaking to the Sansan League now, the big bad Sansan League that many persons can't wait to begin. The registration closes at 12:01 this Monday, so the 19th of February, 1 o'clock strikes 12:01. That's when registration closes. Currently, um, we have almost all the slots filled. We have over 20 teams that expressed interest in joining the league, but we decided that we only want 16 teams, you know, to make the league more competitive and feasible. And we so far have about 12 teams with 4 spots remaining. So implore the persons that are hearing my voice, that stated that they're interested to come on board with your list and your payment. Remember, word of mouth doesn't secure your spot. Once you make your payment, you receive your receipt, confirmation, then you're in the league. So we ask the persons to reach out to Sansan as soon as possible. As regards to the tournament, yeah, man, we're strong and disciplined, so we have to tell the players we appreciate you joining, but just come and enhance the discipline that we built the last time out, the vibe, the entertainment, and this is what everybody is looking forward for. You understand? Clean fun domino. You will have high tech live stream. You will have proper officials, and we will review the rules with the teams once we finalize the 16 teams. So every team is on board. You understand? So I saw some of the lists, and I must tell you guys, this is gonna be one of the best tournaments ever. I saw 12 lists, and I can safely say all 12 teams in my book are favorites to win the tournament. All the teams are coming strong with 12 quality players. So any night, any team can win. So this is something to go forward and see. So we just ask the players to come, have some clean fun, we could enjoy ourselves and build them. Yeah, man. And before I go, condolences to Bumpy, my good friend. You know, man, I call, read him up. Yeah, man, that man is a joy. You know, really sad to know that he passed. I didn't even hear. You know, I have to make some checks when I come off the live regarding his passing. But condolences to the D-side crew and his family, you know, and also Maestro, you know, condolences to you on the last night. Your father, yeah, man. So big up everyone who joined the program, all the new subscribers, because I saw some new persons on the chat. Yeah, man, big on up RYXX Zone. Foul chip in for the first time. Yeah, man, you know what? Claudia is there. Me see Schoolboy as well. Everybody, Berry. I see Wendell for the first time as well. So big up everybody who tune in. Thank you guys for the support. Continue to click like on the videos and subscribe. Yeah, man. God bless everybody.
All right. Thank you for that, Playmaster. Yes, you heard it from Playmaster. Um, the registration is not complete unless you pay the entry fee. So if you send in the list, you might not have a space. The registration is not complete until you pay all the entry fees. All right. Thanks for tuning in and see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.